What if one decision could redefine the global financial landscape? What if that decision came from India? Imagine a world where the traditional dollar-dominated oil trade is challenged, where a new player steps up to the plate, ready to make its mark. This isn't a hypothetical scenario, it's a reality that India has brought to life. In a bold and strategic move, India recently made its first ever payment in rupees for crude oil purchased from the United Arab Emirates. This decision is more than a simple transaction. It's a signal, a clear indication that India is ready to promote the global use of its local currency, the rupee. For decades, the dollar has held dominance in the oil trade, but this move by India challenges that status quo. It's a departure from the norm, a shift in the tide that could potentially reshape the global financial landscape. But why now? Why has India decided to make this change? Well, it's a strategic move that signifies India's growing power and influence in the global economy. It's a statement that India is not just a player but a game changer, ready and willing to redefine the rules of the game. This wasn't just a transaction, it was a statement that India is ready to play a bigger role in the global economy. To understand the magnitude of this shift, we need to look at the events leading up to it. In the wake of ongoing geopolitical tensions and financial shifts, India found itself in an intricate dance between economic self-interest and global diplomacy. Russia's invasion of Ukraine had sparked a new geopolitics of finance and energy trade, leading to a reconsideration of where countries bank their foreign exchange reserves. Amidst this turmoil, India, the third largest consumer and importer of oil globally, found itself under pressure from the United States to cut ties with Russia. However, India, with its keen eye on its energy security and economy, rejected these attempts. India's refusal to join the G7 price cap on Russian oil and the EU and UK bans on shipping and related services for Russian crude highlighted the country's resolve to maintain its strategic partnership with Russia. This decision was not made lightly. It was a calculated move, born out of a critical analysis of the global economic landscape and India's role within it. Furthermore, India's ongoing efforts to strengthen its economy and establish itself as a global player added an additional layer of complexity to this decision. The Make in India campaign, launched by Prime Minister Modi, had already set the wheels in motion, aiming to transform India into a global manufacturing hub. This campaign was not just about boosting domestic production, it was about fostering a sense of pride in Indian products and promoting the global use of India's local currency, the rupee. Against this backdrop of geopolitical tensions and economic aspirations, India was faced with a crucial decision. The vital question was whether to succumb to international pressures or to carve out its own path, aligning its diplomatic relations with its economic interests. The decision was made. India would conduct its first ever payment in rupees for crude oil purchased from the UAE, marking a strategic move to promote the global use of its local currency. The stage was set for a historic move, a move that could change the course of India's economic trajectory. So, what does this mean for India and the world? In the grand scheme of things, this strategic shift could have profound implications. For the Indian economy, this move could be a game changer. By conducting transactions in its local currency, India gains more control over its economic stability. This could potentially shield the nation from fluctuations in global exchange rates, which often cause economic instability in countries that rely heavily on imports, like India. Moreover, this could also lead to a boost in the value of the rupee, as demand for the currency could increase on a global scale. As for the global financial system, this could be the first ripple in a larger wave of change. The dollar-dominated oil trade has long been a cornerstone of the international economy. However, India's move could inspire other nations to follow suit, potentially challenging the dollar's hegemony. This could lead to a more multipolar world, where multiple currencies share the global stage, fostering a more balanced and resilient global financial system. But of course, every coin has two sides. Just as this move could bring potential benefits for India, it also comes with its fair share of challenges. For one, it is likely to face resistance from other global players, particularly those with vested interests in maintaining the status quo of the dollar-dominated trade. Moreover, the practicalities of transitioning to rupee-based trade will also require meticulous planning and execution. Moreover, India's move to pay in rupees for oil could also have geopolitical implications. For instance, it could further strain India's relations with the United States, which has been pressuring India to reduce its economic ties with Russia. On the other hand, it could strengthen India's strategic partnerships with oil-rich nations like the UAE, potentially paving the way for more balanced and mutually beneficial relations. This is indeed a bold move, a move that has the potential to redefine the global financial landscape. But what does the future hold for India and its currency? As we look to the horizon, we see both opportunities and challenges for India as it navigates the uncharted waters of promoting the global use of the rupee. On one hand, this strategic shift could potentially strengthen India's economic sovereignty, reducing its dependency on the dollar and euro, and insulating it from the volatility of these dominant currencies. This could also enhance India's bargaining power in international trade, as it paves the way for more bilateral deals with countries open to trading in rupees. On the other hand, the move is not without risks. The rupee, like any other currency, is susceptible to fluctuations in value which could affect the cost of India's imports and exports. It also places a heavy responsibility on the Indian government to maintain the stability and credibility of the rupee in the eyes of the global market. Moreover, this move could potentially reshape the global financial landscape. If more countries begin to follow in India's footsteps, we could see a shift away from the dollar and euro hegemony and towards a more multipolar currency world. This could lead to a new financial world order, one where countries have more autonomy over their economic policies and more flexibility in managing their international trade. But what does this mean for India's economy and its global standing? Well, if played right, this could be a game changer. India has the potential to position itself as a key player in the global economy, leveraging its economic growth and increasing influence to shape international monetary policy. However, it's important to remember that this is a long-term play. It will take time for the rupee to establish itself on the global stage, and there will undoubtedly be hurdles along the way. It will require strategic planning, prudent economic management, and strong diplomatic relations to navigate these challenges and turn them into opportunities. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear. India is ready to play a bigger role in the global economy. So where does this leave us? We've seen a strategic shift, the making of an unprecedented decision by India and its potential implications. India's first ever payment in rupees for crude oil purchased from the UAE is a clear indication of the country's intent to promote the global use of its local currency. The move underscores the country's determination to secure its energy needs amidst global geopolitical tensions. This decision is not merely a tactical maneuver. It's a clear indicator of India's strategic foresight in navigating the complex global financial system. Moreover, India's move could potentially set a precedent for other countries to follow suit, potentially disrupting the long-established dollar-centric global trade system. This could result in a more balanced, diversified global financial system that is less susceptible to the influence of any single currency. Finally, let's not forget the potential impact on India's domestic economy. Promoting the global use of the rupee could boost its value, improving India's trade balance and strengthening its economic position on the world stage. India's move to promote the global use of its local currency is not just a strategic decision, it's a statement that India is ready to play a bigger role in the global economy.